What's up guys, Reborn here. Welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included in my Oceania playthrough series. Let's get this thing rolling. In the last episode, we tamed a couple metal volcanoes. We got one up here, and we got one down here. This one's cobalt, so we're just doing a couple self-cooling steam turbines. And originally, we just capped them, but now I'm adding a little bit of shipping to help cool the metal off in here and disperse the heat faster. And once it's down to like 125 or something where these would turn on and cool the steam off, we'll go ahead and draw it out, dump it into the petroleum down here. And I think we're going to do the same up here. They're building them out. It was brought to my attention. This needs to be under 150 kilos per tile for this to even erupt. It looks like while it's erupting, it's getting close. But I think when it's not erupting, it's around like 106 kilos or something. So I think it's going to be fine. It looks like it's still erupting. It was also brought to my attention that I need to be building these pipes back here for self-cooling out of something more efficient, probably. So I'm replacing all the copper with cobalt because it's a little bit better. We take a look at this cobalt here. We got heat capacity and thermal conductivity. It's about 0.42 for heat capacity and then 200 for conductivity. Conductivity, yeah, however you say it. The copper one, it's just not quite as good as the cobalt, as you can see. So we're just gonna switch them to cobalt. We're starting to get some aluminum, so we could actually do aluminum, and that would be even better. But I'm just not gonna worry about that at the moment. Let's get this lead out of here, stat, before it melts or something. That would be bad. So anyways, we're finishing the shipping stuff and we're building these pipes just to make these things even better. Perhaps we'll add aqua tuners and cool the metals down even more afterwards, but I'm not really going to worry about that right this minute. Maybe we'll add that in later. Alright, so how this should work. If we go ahead and change this to refined metals aluminum, we should be picking it up. It's going to start shipping it across, and it should let out all the heat into the steam much more quickly. By the way, I made these particular conveyor rails out of wolframite so that they don't melt while it erupts. Trust me, you want to keep it. You want some very good metals here, so they don't melt in with all the. Okay, so yeah, with the rest of the metal. So as long as it's cooler than, I think we're gonna set it to 130 C. Once it's cooler than 130, then we'll let it come through the shutoff here and exit. We're out of power at the moment, so maybe we'll go ahead and add some power so these things... Okay, battery's charged up. The steam isn't hot enough for the steam turbines to turn on just yet. So, it's not going to give power to the battery until the steam gets hot enough. This thing was just built, so the steam's not hot enough yet. I'm a little bit worried about dormant times. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work out, but... Okay, looks like I got the railing set up correctly here. So we have it coming on here, and then it's going to bridge on up here, which... I'm not sure that I like how I'm doing this bridging on thing here. It might heat this tile up too much. I'll have to keep an eye on this. But, yeah, so it's going to bridge onto the line, and this line is going to circle around here until it gets cool enough. Looks like it's generally working. It's getting cooler. We should see it turn green here shortly and just start letting it go through and then just dumping it in this petroleum here. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this, make sure it actually works out pretty good. It's definitely warming up. These things are turning on, giving us more power. We should see this turn green here, I think. Oh wait, no, I'm seeing the steam is at 125, but the contents... some of it's at 130, so it's getting really close. Alright, looks like we should have some right here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. And then the rest comes on afterwards. Perfect. It's gonna heat up this petroleum, but the petroleum should be fine. Properties doesn't vaporize until like 500 and some degrees, so we should be good. Looks like this thing is gonna work out decent enough to cool things down a bit, and then we'll just have to worry about cooling it down even more later on. So eventually this petroleum will be 125 C or so and just kind of stick around there. So yeah, we'll see what we do there later. In today's episode, I'm thinking we finally capture some of these natural gas geysers. We got one right here, and then we got one right down here. We've been kind of building some blocks on the side just to kind of crunch all the gas into the area. But I think it's time we cap these things. I think it's time. Maybe put up a gas range, cook some good food. All right, let's try to get some plans laid out, I think. Real fast in the printing pod. We got these bliss burst seeds, and I don't have any, apparently, so we're definitely going to take those. That might be a nice addition to our little colony here. All right, so here's just a simple capture we're going to do for this first one. And we basically just need to get a gas pump in here. Make sure it's at least... Ooh, we actually might want to go with steel. Natural gas is pretty hot. We'll just go with steel just to be sure. And then we're going to put an Atmos sensor up here, just for some simple automation. Atmos sensor, if I remember right, these things don't overheat, so we'll just go with the simple one here. Yeah, we should be good with lead. And then we'll just have it pump out when it's, you know, there's enough pressure in here. That way it doesn't try to pump out just like grams at a time. When it's more dormant, maybe we're a little low on natural gas over here. We'll just keep it simple. Let's get some ventilation, gas pipes going. And I think we'll just, we got a pipe running to right here, but we need to make a pipe that runs up into the base so that we can feed it to a gas range and get some food. So I'm thinking we just run this up here. We'll have to switch over to insulated pipes. And then, let's see, we're gonna run it up the base here. Let's go ahead and run it just pretty much straight up. We'll just bring it along inside the walls here. This should be pretty good. And we could connect it here, but we're gonna have to switch this to insulated. Of course, we'll want to disconnect this up here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Okay. Anyways, yeah, we just need them to build these things. Wait, why is it sandstone? We don't want that. Insulated granite. There we go. We might have to do something where we actually cool this stuff down somehow. I mean, this is only 30 degrees right here. So we actually might want to run it around in here a little bit. There we go. We'll just snake it around up in here. We're going to build some wolframite segments. I don't really want to use the steel for it, because I don't know if it's going to be that big a deal, really. So we'll start with that and see how it goes here. Gas range. We got a spot for it right here. We just need to finish putting the piping in that way, and they just gotta finish building it. Oh, we're gonna need some power. Let's see here. I'm thinking we just go ahead and run this little wire up. I don't see why not. I guess we're just gonna have to do it something like this. Which means we gotta dig that up. And that. Well, they'll dig it up. Alright. It's almost ready. We just need to set this when it's above 500? 250 maybe? That should be plenty of oil. Alright, we get rid of that. We just need the power. What's in the printing pod here? Anything good? Ooh, pinch of pepper seeds. We got 166 of those already. Now I think we'll just reject everything. Alright. Just gotta give them a minute. All these poke shells have been very irritating. I'm thinking we're gonna have to do something about all these guys. And I don't mean just taking them all out. I'm thinking we build a farm here. It'll have to be for another episode, but we're definitely gonna do something fun with these guys. So stay tuned for that. Especially these ones right here. They have been quite a nuisance. We actually need to go ahead and get rid of one of these because one of them laid an egg already. Probably this one, but I'm actually not sure. Yeah, should have been this one. So let's get rid of that one. That way when this one lays an egg, they won't both beat on our dupes again. It happened a cycle or two ago, and well, let's just say we're trying to fix everybody up here. Alright, looks like we have a pipe segment that we can't really get to, so we can actually probably just deconstruct this tile. Then they should be able to reach it. Yeah, there we go. Settler Herald is on it now. As soon as he builds that, we'll just replace this block again, and we should be set with this thing. There we go. Looks like we're pumping up. It's at about 54C. Let's see how quickly this cools down. Now, a lot of it is probably just going to sit here once it all fills up. Alright, it's down to 31C, so it cooled right down. That worked. That worked quite well. Alright, these are packets of 500 grams. So yeah, we want it to be at a good 500. Maybe we'll say 600. Just to make sure we get this thing working as efficiently as possible. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks good. I know I built this out of insulated and then these out of just granite, just regular tiles. Want to keep it, you know, kind of the environment cooling it down a little bit. And I just already had these insulated, so I just left it. I was like, yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. Alright, so the next big question is, what do we want to be cooking here? We can make stuffed berries. Quality is great, +4. Surf and turf is the same. Pepper bread, +5. And then +6 for the frost burgers. We don't really have a lettuce farm. We just have a bunch of lettuce saved up. So frost burgers will only last us so long unless we actually set up a farm, because we did destroy a lot of our lettuce plants. Kind of all of them, actually. Oh, we got somebody incapacitated up here. What are you doing up here, dude? Alright, we gotta get him to the hospital. Get out of there, Rancher Marie. You can't be in there anymore. Who was it, Digger? Yeah. Alright, he should be fine. He should be fine. Yep, just had to unequip the suit. Alright, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the plants, yeah, they're pretty much gone. So frostburgers will last us for some time, but not forever unless we plant some new plants. Kind of a similar story, actually. We should have a bunch of natural plants laying around still for those. Oh, we have another cool steam vent up here. Wow. All right, we're gonna have to tame that one too. Yeah, I mean, there's plants around the planet still. We could probably dig up so that we can actually collect the food. Sleet wheats, though, those are going to be dying as well. We'd have to do another... We got these down here still. Good question. I mean, we can really just start... We just start making all this stuff, really, and we'd be good. Our most renewable would probably be surf and turf. We got lots of barbecue. We don't have a fish farm, but there's plenty of fish everywhere that's giving us fillet, and we can make cooked seafood. Wait, it comes from fillet, right? Cooked seafood, yeah, okay. So anyways, I think we'll just go ahead and just start making this stuff. Stuffed berries might be our most renewable, actually. It doesn't really matter that much. We can get into making some farms for these later if we really want to. Let's just go ahead and make all these. We're gonna have to make several of them to befriend the hermit anyways. Let's just cook them up. Cook it all up, guys. It's looking like we're gonna have to put a conveyor loader here. That way we can actually ship the food up into our storage. Let's go ahead and plug it in with power. We'll get that set up so it all ships up. Yeah. It all goes to here. And then we'll just add... We can't really add some of it yet. Any of it. Can't add any of it yet. We'll have to add it to our little menu here. Which means we should probably take off some of these ingredients we need. There we go. That way we'll just put the good stuff in there. But we need something in there for now, until we start getting some food saved up here. Alright, edibles. We're gonna have to make it all. Maybe we should just do one of each until we make everything. Let me get this set up. I'm realizing right now this isn't gonna work so well with, it's gonna be an infinite loop here. It's just gonna keep loading it back onto here, so we're gonna have to do something a little different, I think. Alright, here we go. So I realized this motion sensor will pick up the dupe at either station here. So we got rid of the motion sensor here, and we're moving the lad over. That'll give us some room here. And then we can put an auto sweeper up here. I just moved this block over one. Little bit tacky, but you know what? This whole area is pretty weird looking anyways, so I don't think it's gonna matter all that much. We're just gonna need some power to these things. And then we can put this conveyor loader right here. Actually, that's not gonna work either. We're gonna have to probably swap these around a bit. Put the conveyor loader up on this side. And there we go. Wait, why isn't the stuffed berry going in? Did I forget to select it? No, it's definitely selected. I'm thinking somebody's coming to pick it up and eat it. Yeah, there they go. Okay, so this one can still reach here and load everything up, but it cannot reach this conveyor loader on this side. This one can reach the conveyor loader and therefore load all this food up, but it cannot reach the infinite storage. So we just had to do a little finagling, and we got this thing good. one motion sensor, the light still gets both machines. Actually, all three. The motion sensor won't pick up the dupe if he's over here, though. It's a little out of way, but you know what? It's all right. They don't need to be making berry sludge or anything out of here for too often. There we go. I think it's safe to say our kitchen is pretty complete. Albeit it's not really actually a full kitchen. We're not doing the spice grinder or anything. So technically it's not a kitchen, but I'm pretty satisfied with it. I don't think I really care for the spice grinders. Are they even useful at all? Generally speaking, I'm not even sure. Oh, we're definitely taking some gold amalgam. Grab that, sweep it up. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this whole setup up here. Works pretty good. Works pretty good. All right, down here on the bottom. For this, well, it's not really like the bottom, but you know, this natural gas geyser we have down on the lower end of the map. Just creating a liquid lock down here underneath. I decided I didn't want to build a whole bunch of blocks all the way through to try to scrunch it all together. We're just going to put some... We're going to get rid of this carbon dioxide right here. We're just going to put some pumps in here and just pump it out how it is. We'll probably have to block off this chlorine gas, though. So, let's let them get this... Let's let them get this set up and done. I forgot to add these new foods to our fridge here. You don't want to forget to do that. We've got dupes that are gonna start starving here. There we go. This should be good now. Alright. We got this thing set up here. We just need to get some power here. Went ahead and started extending this line from down here. And we're just gonna bring it up. Bring it over to this pump. It's on transformers, so it shouldn't overload. We might draw too much power, but this doesn't need to be running 24/7 anyways, so it should be fine. Then we're just going to take a gas pipe and kind of run it up along this way. And I think we have it just go right on there, and then this other one can just bridge on. Actually, we want this one to have priority, I think. So, we'll just create a bridge from here. Let's see if we can actually click correctly here. Okay, there we go. So we're going to bridge onto it after this bridge. Remember this, if you didn't see the previous episode when I built this originally, this literally was just to get the gas to run up to this point. So we don't even need the bridge here, but too lazy to fix it right now. Alright, so we just need to let them do that. That'll bridge on there. Then we're going to have plenty of natural gas coming in. This one can feed our gas range. We got it down below 5K per tile. 5,000 kilograms. Or sorry, 5,000 grams. 5 kilograms. And so when does this go dormant? Hasn't been analyzed yet. Analyze these things. If it doesn't go dormant for a while, then we'll have probably plenty enough gas. I don't know if one geyser is going to be good enough to get this thing, all this stuff cooked up. I feel like once it's all cooked up, then it'll kind of equalize out a bit. But we'll just have to wait and see. We might have to bring some of this gas onto that line. So we could do a little something like this. As long as this is full, then it'll push out any extra gas up this way. And then we'll just bridge it onto here. So if there's not enough gas in here for our gas range, then all of our extra gas will get put up there. And I think that'll be good. I'm also thinking we add another one of these bad boys. Since we have a whole bunch of extra gas here. That'll give us a little bit more power. Who doesn't want more power? There we go. I think we'll just do something like that. We'll split off there, come down here as well. And then we just need to plug in the wire here. So we'll just bring this down just like that. And voila. We've got... should be more than enough power. We haven't been really lacking power. As far as I've seen at least. So adding this on will just give us that much more. I mean, this thing's working constantly. We got plenty of extra hydrogen over here. And that just keeps going up. So, there we go. I think that'll do it for this episode, guys. We got our natural gas geysers captured. We're going to also analyze this one. And then we got our gas range, so we're making some good food. And then we got a little extra power on top of everything. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in another episode. Later.